Hey guys, this is Pastry Time, bringing you an audio commentary for Jungle Cho'Gath. I'm sorry if I'm talking slightly quietly, as there are people trying to sleep around me. Anyway, we're going to be covering Jungle Cho'Gath, as I said. I've been playing a lot of Jungle Cho'Gath lately, and the reason I chose this game, which I haven't actually watched all the way through yet, so that could be interesting, is mainly the fact that for a normal queue game, the teams, or at least the team compositions, were reasonably balanced. So it's Poppy, Cho, Cog, Brandon, Lee Sin versus Rammus team at Tryndamere, Udyr, and Anivia, and their Udyr is actually jungling, so it is more of a regular 5v5 type game with reasonably balanced. It's not like 5 carries versus a real team or anything like that. Plus Brandon, Lee Sin are here too, so you can see some of the new champs as well. You haven't had a chance to see them yet. So Jungle Cho'Gath. Why Jungle is Cho'Gath? A lot of you probably know he lanes really well. He's incredibly good at farming and has an incredible laning presence with his passive Carnivore. This actually came about because basically I was talking to my teammates about the current metagame and how the four most common bans in ranked, at least at my elo, which is smelly, don't look it up, seems to be the 4 major tanks of this game. So Rammus, Shen, Amumu, and Malphite. The 4 big tanks are also really strong junglers. Now, Malphite's gotten a slight nerf recently, but he's still a perfectly fine jungler, and the rest are as phenomenal as they ever were. Amumu's even been buffed in recent patch memory, so that's a plus side for him. So basically, for tanks we were left with Nunu, Cho'Gath, and Gragas, and of those, Cho and Nunu probably jungle the best. So I've basically been playing and testing a lot of Jungle Cho'Gath as a way of finding another jungle tank for the team. Just to make sure that works, and I think it's really effective. It's a lot of fun. Cho'Gath's a great champion. In terms of tank traits, he's reasonably tanky. Obviously, his ultimate gives him a massive health boost at virtually 0 cost, and his passive can keep him alive as well. But he's also his W, his Silence, Vorpal Scream, and his Q are both really good CCs for keeping your carry protected. So he doesn't quite have a taunt like Shen or Rammus. And he doesn't really have the control that Amumu or Malphite do with their ultimates, but he's pretty good. He gets the job done. I think he's probably the best tank of those 3. Nunu's really strong, but really aggressive, and fits into more of an AoE kind of burst comp, and Gragas is quite weak comparatively. I mean, he's very strong, he's very hard to kill, very tanky, but his CC is not nearly as good apart from his ultimate, which is fantastic, but that's kind of only his ultimate. So there are kind of the 3 other really good tanks in this game, when you take out the 4 major ones. So that's kind of why Jungle Cho'Gath came about. Again, you don't have to jungle as Cho, but I quite like it. So that's how we're going. You can see my summoner spells there. I've got Ghost and Smite. Obviously I need Smite for jungling. That's kind of a given. Ghost is just one of those things that works really well on tanks in general. So because you're a tank, you're really positioning based. You want to be in the middle of their team. You want to be able to get to your carry in the back of your team if he gets chased by somebody. And especially when you have so much CC as Cho'Gath, it's really important to really clamp down on the characters trying to get at your squishies. Anyway, so the game's starting now, but I'll continue on quickly. Ghost gives you that mobility, and you'll see me go for Boots of Swiftness this game as well, which is probably not as good as Mech Treads. It's a bit of a gimmick choice, but the mobility it provides me is really good, and it also increases your ganking power as well. Flash is very limited use, and isn't really that good when you think about it. There's not much you can do with Flash, but you can do heaps with Ghost. My runes before we talk about anything else as well, while we're still in the pre-game stuff. I've got Armour Yellows, Magic Pen Reds, MR per level Blues, and Flat Health Quints. I think for any landing tank I ever played, I would probably have Moose Bead Quints, but keep the rest of the runes the same. But given that Cho'Gath's jungle is a little bit fragile at level at the first camp, but you'll see. I kind of like the extra health, plus on a tank I like the extra health anyway. But yeah, that's all the pre-game stuff. Oh, Masteries, of course. Almost all the pre-game stuff. I believe I'm 1:18:11. I think that adds up. 1:9. Yeah, it does. 1:18:11 is probably something like that. I'll post a screenshot probably, or a link to my Mastery build, if you guys are interested in doing that. So get that all sorted. And just thanks to the guys who made the LoL replay client, the third-party thing that's LoLRecorder, which is what I'm using to make this video. So good stuff. And I'll put their link in the description as well. And yeah, that's about it really. You'll see me going off near blue just to make sure no one's coming to gank me. It's a normal game. Didn't really expect it, but you know, you got to be careful, especially because Cho'Gath at level 1 doing blue is really risky. So I've taken my E skill first. Allows you to clear the camp the fastest, I believe, especially because you have massive mana issues until you get blue buff. With only 245 mana here at level 1. But as you'll see, this camp is pretty risky. Well, not risky, it's close, and it's always going to be close. Sometimes you get a little lucky, and the camps are better. If it got leashed, or your teammates helped you with it, it would be a lot easier. But one of the remarkable things about Cho'Gath's jungle is how quickly it snowballs after he gets up once he gets blue buff. So you'll see me get quite low here. Smite the golem, which actually triggers Carnivore, which is really important. As I said, very close. I'll actually eat a potion there as well, just to be on the safe side. And kind of once I clear these 2 lizards out, I actually have a lot more health after leveling up as well, especially with that potion ticking. And it's pretty much cake from there. You don't really have to worry. You get kind of low at certain points, but once you do blue as Cho'Gath, you're pretty much good to go. Rupture is an incredible, especially against these small camps. You destroy both wolves and wraiths with it, and Carnivore pretty much keeps you topped up reasonably enough to clear your jungle in quite quick time, actually, given that I'm a tank with or I'm building tank. I will be building tank. You have defensive masteries. Cho'Gath clears the jungle quite quickly without any offensive based runes or masteries, so that's good stuff. Lee Sin got first blood there, which is also good junk, but I'll try not to talk too much about the game. As I said, I haven't watched it all the way through. I just watched a little bit of it, but I'll try and focus on the education. So yeah, wraiths, as you can see, you get kind of low, but considering you AoE most of the wraiths down, I missed one there, considering you AoE most of the wraiths down, you end up with quite a lot more health, especially after using all your potions. For starting items, I did start with cloth armor 5 pots, if that wasn't clear either. I know I forgot to mention it, but yeah, standard jungly business. So I actually forget to use a potion here, which is why I'm getting so low. I did watch this and wondered how I ended up almost dying, but that's why. Drink your potions, kids. You generally want to drink them before you start the camp, just as a safety thing. But again, I'll just get out of this alive. But that was risky. I'm gonna have to. Pretty sure I'm gonna wait for my first potion to finish here. It's about halfway through. No, apparently I refresh it and keep going. Okay, that was a mistake. Don't do what I did there. That was a bad mistake to make. If I'd actually drunk, I'll make it. By the way, I'm not gonna die. But it is a lot. Your clear is a lot cleaner if you make sure you drink your potions before you start each camp and get really on top of that. I've cleared it a lot faster than that. I've actually cleared it in 3:55 as my record time. I think if I'd drunk the potion at Lizard, I would have probably been a little bit better off, but hard to say, really, hard to say. But yeah, you have a decently fast clear, even though you're tank Cho'Gath. So I will be building tank this game, by the way. As I said, I was discussing tanks in this metagame, so you can build Cho'Gath other ways. I tend to build a Rod of Ages on him if I can afford it, just for the little extra boost, because he does really need the mana. He loves the health and the APs. It's kind of gravy as well. But yeah, you generally want to build tank. So I'm going to go up here and go off top lane. Hopefully the lock camera isn't annoying too many people either. And I apologize for the quality if it's a bit shoddy. FRAPS is really giving my computer some issues for no particular reason, but I'm recording at the highest possible quality in FRAPS, just the frame rate's a little bit off, so if it's a bit choppy, I apologize. If anyone has any suggestions about how I could improve my video quality, that'll be excellent. So my first trip back, you see I bought some wards and a potion, and boots one. So that's what I'd love to go back and get as any jungler, but particularly as a tank, because you don't really need Madrids as a tank. So you're better off just getting some wards, getting some boots, and really makes these ganks a lot better. Double off Cho'Gath, by the way, is one of the greatest gankers in the game. The Rupture plus red buff slow is absolutely deadly, and you tend to silence people out of any escapes I could possibly have, as you can't use summoners or abilities when you're silenced. So teammate Zoltan the Bomb picks up an easy kill on Trinity there. He didn't need me for, but we almost got Rammus. It was close. If he'd extended a little bit further forward, he probably would have died. Anyway, I'm going to check if Udy's up here doing blue. It hasn't spawned yet, so that was more of just a warding it for later, so I can try and steal it. But yeah, that's all good stuff. See him warding bottom there. I'm going to go up and ward top now. But clear the rest of my jungle first, of course. And I'm trying to steal blue off Udyr. I tend to play pretty offensive as Cho'Gath, especially once you hit level 6. Feast really does allow you to do buffs very quickly, and you do all the small camps really easy with Rupture as well. So Jungle Cho'Gath, pretty powerful. Snowballs pretty well, especially with the blue buff. One of the weaknesses though, he's very blue reliant, especially if you're trying to speed clear the jungle, and he's very greedy when it comes to blue buff. So it's in your best interest to try and steal it with Smite and Feast, or just deny your mage in the early game, which I know isn't ideal, but you kind of need it more than he does. And once you have a few mana items and stuff, once your mana pool's a bit bigger, it's not so bad. But yeah, kind of unfortunate that you're kind of really greedy for blue, but that's one of the downsides to playing Cho. You can manage your mana better if you want, but I really like spamming as Cho'Gath, especially if I'm ganking a lot. Anyway, I get shroomed by teammate there, which is a pain in the ass, because he knows I'm coming. Obviously, I go for the rupture there, see if I can pick him off, but it's more just of probably in rage really, because I wasn't going to be able to get him, because Cog was way far behind. Didn't seem to see me at all. I knew blue was respawning. It generally respawns at 7.5 minutes. It's got a 5-minute respawn timer for anyone interested. So yeah, again, Cho'Gath really needs blue in order to do the jungle quickly and be efficient. So I'm going to collect blue buff again. Level 5, my way to level 6. Nothing much really changes at level 6, except for the fact you just have Feast, which makes your jungling better, and gives you a reasonably good ganking tool. It is quite a lot of burst at level 1, especially on squishy champions. Oh, sorry, champions with little health, as it does true damage anyway. It wouldn't matter how much armor they had. But yeah, I'm going to do Golem here. It's going to take me a fair while. There we go. But yeah, you'll see once I have blue, Carnivore plus blue buff pretty much keeps me going constantly if I want to go jungling. But of course I'm going to go see if I can't gank mid. I'm just going to unlock the camera for a second now. So Bran managed to pick off what's a Jigger, silence the Nivea there. Bran comes back in for the deeps. I'm kinda low, so I'm a little bit wary of a stun here, but you know, super speedy Cho'Gath. He's actually quite fast, his base movement speed's pretty high. Super speedy Cho'Gath will get out of the way. I'm gonna help Brando clear this wave. Stealing a bit of his farm, I know, but if you're going anywhere in the jungle, you kind of want to clear the wave for you, just so they don't have a really obvious knowledge of where you went. So from there, I mean, they kind of saw me move down, but I could be going to my jungle or the jungle or dragon. So it's a little tip: if you're ever in lane and you try to gank it, make sure your opponent can't see you. Do the best you can to make sure they can't see you. Cause sorry, zoom back down to show. Cause yeah, you want to be as MIA as possible, I suppose. Anyway, I'm gonna pick up more buffs again. I already feasted a creep after I hit 6 in lane, which is the other reason I stayed. And I'm just going to do red again and go back for another round of ganks. But yeah, I mean, I keep up pretty well. I'm going to check here on Brand. I'm a level above their jungler, but 2 levels behind mid, but I'm higher than bot. So that's that's reasonable speed. Not like Warwick, who's kind of like a mega clear. But you know, we do what we can. With this Lizard, I'm actually going to wait to feast it, which put me quite low, but I really wanted a second feast stack, so there's that trade-off. I tend to save my smite for their jungle if I can, or for bigger buffs like Dragon, now that I know there's a chance it'll be contested now. And I'm going to go back, grab